Hello, and welcome to another day of TA the Degen way. I just wanted to pop on and do a continuation video on the same BTC macro volume level chart available on our TradingView idea page, crypto file 622. And today what I want to focus on is more of the bearish model. Yesterday we talked about the bullish side. Currently we are at our known resistance level of 28K for this range up here. If we were to pop down to the daily, it was our support resistance flip and is the real test as to whether or not we're just putting in some kind of a right shoulder and heading on down. But if that is the case, and we are rejecting here, and you can kind of see the price action's got some nice curvature to it. This uptrend is losing momentum, and we did close this gap quite well. And we had two big previous fair value gaps there that we've filled in quite nicely. And if we look at our daily oscillator, we would expect a top somewhere in this area. Now the question is how far does price pull down? Do we only pull down just a little bit and kind of hold here, or do we come down and continue on down? Now looking at our lower range from yesterday, that if you're not sure how this chart was put together, you'll have to go back and watch that video. But we have this lower macro price range with our volume profile. We have our value area high, value area low, and our point of control. We also have this large fair value gap here at this high volume node at about 19K. And if we take our average move that we've been seeing, and it's about 50%, it's about 70%. Or no, that's 50%. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's about 50%. And if we take that same move to the downside, our average move to the downside, which is about 20 to 25%, that brings us down below this value area low. And if we were to consider the fact that the daily momentum is up high and we appear to be giving some rejection signs here, and another thing, I've drawn this little yellow square here. If we pull up our 4 hour, we'll see that the whole time that we have been trading in this range inside this upper yellow square, the 4 hour momentum has been dropping, which is a bearish signal. Does that mean that we're headed straight down to 23K? It does not. I am going to target 23,000 because if we are coming down, we are at the upper part of our price range where risk is the lowest. Stop loss above the high for a significant move potentially to the downside. The question is as the momentum rolls over to the downside, are we going to see price break the lows or not? Currently we got this trend. I mean, once this trend line goes, if we come up and put in a right shoulder or something and break on through, possibly could be on the table, or maybe we just come on down. It's a hard to answer question, but until we can break 28,000 and come back and retest it, this is our current resistance. It was support back here, and it was resistance down here. So now we have a price range that we are trading in right now that has a low of about 24,350 or so, and it has a high of 28,568. And if we run the volume profile on just this section, grab some key levels in this area for where we should be looking for price to, hopefully possibly find support. Well, we are at our value area high, so if there's enough fuel in the tank for a wave number 5, pushing us back up to our value area low for our upper range, this is the spot where price would bounce. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly a 5. Or else this was just a ABC correction. On this move to the downside, the first significant move to the downside from our rejection, it is a right shoulder, and we're headed on down for much lower prices. Could it be the case? It could be the case, and if we do consider this to be a reverse head and shoulders, just a regular head and shoulders, I mean, this has a pretty low excuse me, this has a pretty low target. I don't always give full stock to pattern targets, but it does bring us down into our fair value gap. If we consider our true low down here, it is pretty much the bottom of this fair value gap at about 19,000 bucks. And where would we expect to see a bounce? Well, at our value area high of our lower 100% range. Come back up and retest our level here at about 25k. So maybe come down to 23, test 25, and maybe come on down again. Get a quick wick down and hopefully push on up. That or else, we come up again, here's our structure. We haven't even broken structure yet. We're talking super bearish sentiment. And we still haven't broken structure, we still haven't broken trend, but the fact that there is a strong possibility of that case, taking a short from up here, while the risk is low, is the only reasonable point, because when price comes down, and you take it when it breaks trend, well, it's probably going to dump all the way down to this point of control down here, and, push on back up to the value area high. I mean, you can see, then you would have a new head and shoulders on your chart that would have a target. This would be our head. This would be our neckline at our point of control, bringing us down to about 23,500. And that's what I mean by the 23k area. This is our value area high. We just have to wait and see. That's the bearish side of this model. If you like the content, like, share, subscribe. Consider joining us on Discord, totally free. We'd be glad to have you. Or you can subscribe to our TradingView page on the ideas section at CryptoFile 622. But until next time, trade well.